What up? What up? We're back again, right? With the last video, just like I promised I would. All right, where we're going to talk about the final portion of In the Deep End 3, Hightide, right? So sit back, relax, enjoy a beverage or something, right? And we're going to turn around and go behind the scenes. This is... All right, welcome back. You comfortable? Cool. So, this is where we turn around and talk about the final album that I just released, which was In the Deep End 3. It's the finale to a very long series that has basically over 6 years of storytelling. All right, so there's In the Deep End, there's In the Deep End 2, New Depths, there's In the Deep End, Deep Dive, and then there's In the Deep End 3. So those 4 albums, it's 6 years of storytelling, 6 years of things going on, 6 years of navigating, figuring it out, sorting through it, right? And so In the Deep End 3 is a nice topper, because where we started off in the beginning of the In the Deep End 3 series with chaos, frustration, upset, just all kinds of emotions mixed there. In the Deep End 3 tells you where I'm at now, right? Or I'm at this place of peace, right? However, before we get to the end of the album, where I tell you why I'm at this place of peace, or I give you the meaning of the place of peace that I'm at, right? I kind of leave it to the people listening to also find that place for them, right? I also turn around and make it clear throughout the album how that place was discovered, because see, it wasn't just like, oh, cool, we're here now, good to go. It's great. There was a process to it, because a lot of times when people make these albums of finding peace or peace type albums, right? It's just like a lot of sunshine and rainbows and good feelings and stuff like that. No, I give you a lot, right? I talk about anything from how I feel about working, right, to when people try me and I'm going through the motions, right? All these different things is encompassed in the Deep End 3, right? So much so that I do something that I hadn't really done on the other albums, right? And I actually get other people encompassed into the In the Deep End 3 world. So people who I know are really great music artists, who I know have been going through a lot, who I know can turn around and relate to this, right? I bring them on here, right? I even turn around and bring one of my friends, shout out to Q, right? Who's a great producer, to turn around and help me really establish the sound for this album. And so, you know, if you want to tap in, you can turn around and look up Quality Time, right? That's QYLITY, right? Time. And check in, tap in with him. Great producer, also friend. Yeah, so we turn around and get into the meat and potatoes of it, right? So we even start off by taking a snippet from, because I do that on every album. If you haven't noticed, I do that on every album, right? So I take a snippet from the previous album and I put it into the beginning, so you can hear before Hightide starts, right? You can hear the snippet from the Deep Dive where it left off, where it's like, you know, now you can tell them what true peace is and all this other stuff like that, right? And then it starts the intro. And so the intro is interesting because I turn around and basically tell you, I can give you the point on the album right now, but I want you to discover your own point to this album going through, right? Not to make it you can see I have my way of how I found things. There's a lot of ways that other people are going to come into it, right? Everybody's parts, everybody's pieces to get to that point are not the same. That's the reason why there's different features out there, right? And the cool thing about this album was the part of getting everybody to give their aspect. Not everybody, but certain people to want to give their aspect of what is peace. Right? Because we're all driving, we're all moving into this thing together. It's not like one person has it all figured out. Right? Even that's assumed. People go on these TED Talks and turn around and tell you, well, this is how you turn around and do it. I cannot tell you how to find peace, right? I can tell you what it initializes of, what it's comprised of, and what it feels like, because we all should reach that same conclusion when we find it. That part is foundational. But as far as how to get there, right? You gotta do your own mapping. You got to do your own thought process. You got to discourage your own things that are in your way, your own blockades, your own frustrations. So my point of this album is hoping by giving these different aspects of how I sorted it out and how I got to it, right? It would help somebody figure out clues and points and references to try and take to, right? To figure out how to find that internally for themselves, right? To be something that they actually want to turn around and strive for. And so we start there, right? And from that point, this is where the album gets fun.